Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're bringing you game number 5 of the retro replay of the 1967 World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals using Digital Diamond Baseball. Digital Diamond Baseball, a very nice, enjoyable dice baseball game. And for $20, it's a great value. And there's a free demo that you can download and play. Free inning game to see if you like it. Anyhow, let's get to the game here. The series is tied up 2 games apiece. And we'll go through the lineups. The Red Sox won game 4, 2-0 behind the pitching of Jim Lonborg yesterday. The day before yesterday, actually. And now we move on to Game 5, as I said, tied 2 games apiece. Let's quickly go to the starting lineups. A little different lineup here for the Boston Red Sox. These lineups are as played except for the Boston Red Sox pitcher, R-Santiago. I have provided a note below. I played through the 1967 season using Digital Diamond Baseball. And when the Red Sox, when it came clear they were not going to win the American League pennant, I just simmed a lot of games, and the pitching, I didn't pay attention to how they did the pitching at the end, so it didn't line up properly. The Cardinals are lined up properly. The records you see at the top, the 92 and 74 for the Boston Red Sox, that is the record for the replay, including the World Series, and the same with the Cardinals. Their record's 82 and 83. Neither of these teams obviously made it in the retro replay to the World Series, but I'm playing it anyway. So, for the Boston Red Sox, leading off playing third base, Joe Foy. Batting second, playing second base, Mike Andrews. Batting third, the Triple Crown MVP, left fielder for the Boston Red Sox in 1967, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fourth, Ken the Hawk Harrelson, playing right field. Batting fifth, playing first base, George Boomer Scott. Batting sixth, playing center field, Reggie Smith. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Rico-Petrocelli. And batting eighth, doing the catching, Elston Howard. Batting ninth, the pitcher, R-Santiago. And now, for the hometown St. Louis Cardinals of 1967. Leading off, playing left field, Lou Brock. Batting second, the center fielder, Curt Flood. Batting third, the right fielder, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth, the catcher, Tim McCarver. Batting sixth, third baseman, Mike Shannon. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Julian Javier. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Dal Maxwell. Batting ninth and doing the pitching, the lefty, Steve Carlton. Let's go to our options real quick. We have simulated stats, excellent. Let's go to matchups and we shall get this game started. So Steve Carlton's on the mound, and in the simulation he had 8 wins and 15 losses, which is ouch. In reality, he had a winning record in reality. In actuality, in 1967, 14-9, that's a huge swing there. So, he pitched about the same amount of innings, 193 to 198. And he'll be facing Joe Foy, the Red Sox third baseman. For Joe Foy to reach base safely, 6'9", 4 or higher. For a home run swing, 9'8", 2 or greater. Tim McCarver behind the plate, he flashes the signs. Carlton nods his head. Here's the windup and the pitch to Joe Foy. We await the dice roll. That's a 0-8-1, and that's going to be a strikeout of Joe Foy, as he goes down looking. 1 up, 1 down, and now batting second for the Red Sox, Mike Andrews, the second baseman. In the retro replay, batted .237. And against left-handers, he batted .263. For Andrews to reach safely, 6.66 or higher. Home run swing, very remote possibility, 9.94 or better. 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch by the lefty Steve Carlton. That's a 6.88. Andrews' patience works a walk. So with 1 out, 1 on. Hello, BP4 Gaming. How are you doing, my friend? Are you feeling better? I sent you a message today. I don't know if you got it. I don't know why, PB4 Gaming, that when I talk to someone in the chat, I actually turn and look at my Kindle. I use that as my second screen. I literally lean towards it like you can see me. Anyway, I hope all is well. Hope mom and dad and everyone's doing good. How was your day today, my friend? Alright, 1 out, 1 on. Carl Yastrzemski comes to the plate. Yaz in the retro replay hit 324. But he only hit 242 off left-handed pitching. This is a very tough matchup for Yastrzemski against Carlton. For Yaz to reach safely, 668 or higher. Home run swing, 969 or greater. Here's the windup and the pitch to Yastrzemski. That's a 6.98, and Yastrzemski's patience earns him a walk. So now the Red Sox have runners at first and second, no outs, and Ken the Hawk Harrelson steps to the plate. Harrelson was acquired late in the season after Tony Caligiera had that horrific beaming that basically ruined his career, even though he would come back in 69 and 70 to have very good seasons. He just was never the same. Unfortunately, God rest Tony C's soul. He passed away in the, was it the mid-80s? Mid-90s? It was 40. I think it was the mid-80s he passed away. Very sad. Alright, so Harrelson comes to the plate, and in the retro replay, Harrelson batted .261, but hit left-handed pitching at a .314 clip. Harrelson's home run swing, if you're thinking 3-0 lead for the Red Sox with one swing of the bat, 982 or higher to reach base safely, 753 or more. 1 out, 2 on. McCarver flashes the sign. Carlton nods his head. Here's the windup and the pitch by the lefty. That's a 5.86. That ball goes to Shannon at third. He picks it up and throws the Cepeda for the out, but the runners do advance. Yastrzemski's at second and Andrews is at third. There was no chance of a double play there. Shannon quickly threw over to Cepeda at first. So 2 outs, 2 on. Runners in scoring position for George Boomer Scott. Scott in the retro replay batted .284 and against left-handed pitching .285. Carlton looking to get himself out of his jam here in the top of the first. He toes the rubber, looks in at McCarver, gets the sign. For Scott to reach safely, 6.51 or higher. For the Boomer to bang one out, 9.82 or greater. The windup and the pitch. 7.40, and that is Carlton's third walk of the inning. Scott's patience also proves to be a blessing, as now the bases are juiced, no place to put Reggie-CF. The Red Sox center fielder on the retro replay only batted .235 and struggled against left-handed pitching, .214. So if there's a batter you want up, if you're Steve Carlton and the Cardinals, it's Reggie-CF, as he has not hit left-handed pitching at all in 1967 retro replay. For Smith to reach safely, and if he does, that will bring in a run, 7.16 or higher. His home run swing, 9.88 to 9.99. 2 outs, bases loaded. Reggie-CF at the plate, no place to put him. Carlton gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch to Smith. The dice roll. 5.89. That ball goes out to Roger Maris in right field. Maris comes in on it and makes the catch. The Red Sox squander a bases-loaded opportunity. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Due up for St. Louis, Brock, Flood, and Maris. Lou Brock comes to the plate. In the retro replay, Brock batted .277 against right-handed pitching, .264. Jose Santiago is on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. And in the retro replay, 5 wins, 4 losses, ERA of 3.83. Let's see what he did in actuality. 12-4 in reality. 5 saves, 145 innings pitched. He only threw 87 innings, so that's off a little bit. But that's why it's a retro replay. Things change. Alright, so Brock comes to the plate, left-handed batter versus the right-handed throwing Santiago. Brock needs a 701 or higher to reach base safely, 975 or greater for a home run. You want to keep Brock off the base paths because of his tremendous speed and base stealing ability. Santiago gets the sign from Elston Howard. Here's the windup and the pitch to Brock. 8-8-3, that is a single in the right field. Harrelson retrieves the ball and throws it back in towards the infield. So a leadoff single for Lou Brock, and he'll be going. Scott will hold him on, and now Curt Flood steps to the plate. The Cardinal center fielder batted .310 in the retro replay, .299 off right-handed pitching. Righty-righty matchup here. Flood to reach safely 660 or higher. Home run swing 989 or greater. Howard flashes the sign. Santiago's ready. Here's the pitch. Let's see what Brock does at first. 7-8-2. That ball is a single in the left field. And they hold Brock at second, so they did not send Brock, which is shocking to me. They held him, but they have first and second no outs. And now it's St. Louis's turn to put the pressure on the Boston Red Sox here in the bottom of the first. Roger Maris comes to the plate. Maris on the retro replay batted .261 against right-handed pitching .256. And he only had 5 home runs in the retro replay. I don't think he had too many. In real life, he only had 9. So this is not the Roger Maris of the early 60s with the Yankees, that's for sure. Okay. So 2 on, no outs. The Red Sox would love to turn 2 here. Excellent speed at second in Brock. Maris to reach safely 680 or higher. Home run swing 981 or greater. The windup and the pitch by Santiago. Oh, Brock is attempting to steal. He doesn't get the lead. And now the dice roll for Maris, 8-5-5, and that's a single in the left. Let's see if Brock can score. The throw by Yastrzemski, not in time. Brock scores from second. 1-0 St. Louis. Flood advances to third, and Maris moves to second on the throw. So now the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, steps to the plate. He has 2 ducks out on the pond he can knock in. Cepeda batted .311 in the retro replay against right-handed pitching, .317. See who's on deck. Tim McCarver. Alrighty. For Cepeda to reach base safely, 659 or higher, home run swing 972 or greater. The windup and the pitch to Cepeda. Second and third, no outs. 1-0 Cardinals. Bottom of the first. 1-9-1. That ball goes to Andrews. Hard line drive, and he makes the catch. So Cepeda hits it hard, but at Andrews, so there's 1 out, 2 on. Tim McCarver comes to the plate. McCarver batted .273 in 1967, and against right-handed pitching, .266. Left-handed batter facing the right-handed throwing Santiago. McCarver to reach safely 664 or more. Home run swing 978 or higher. The windup and the pitch to McCarver. .700. That will be a walk, so the bases are loaded now. As McCarver works a walk, there's 1 out, and Mike Shannon comes to the plate as they pitch very carefully around Tim McCarver. That's a risky move. You've loaded the bases, but you've set up the double play. And Mike Shannon only batted .229 in the 67 replay and .233 off right-handed pitching. Red Sox are looking for a dice roll of .272 or under, where the Cardinals and Shannon want a 727 or under, and the Cardinals want a 728 or higher. If Shannon gets on base, a run will score. Howard goes out to have a word with Santiago, now goes back behind the plate. He flashes the signs. Santiago nods. Here's the pitch to Shannon. No place to put him. 1-0 Cardinals, bottom of the first. 1 on, bases loaded. 9-1-7, that's a single into right field. That's 1 run we'll score. Let's see if they're going to send the other runner. And 2 runs score on the 1-out RBI, 2 RBI single by Shannon. It's now 3-0. And coming to bat, the 7th place hitter, Julian Javier. 268 in the retro replay. 284 off right-handed pitching, so the Cardinals have quickly jumped on Jose Santiago here. Again, the Red Sox want to turn 2 to get out of this mess. Here's the pitch to Javier. He needs a 7-1-4 or higher to reach base safely. 1 out, 2 on, 3-0 Cardinals. 0-6-4, and that is going to be a strikeout. As Santiago painted the black with that pitch, though. 2 outs, 2 on. And number 8 hitter, Dahl Maxwell, the Cardinals shortstop, comes to the plate. He only batted .216. Retro replay. .213 against right-handed pitchers. Santiago wants to get this 3rd out here. For Maxwell to reach safely, 7.25 or higher. Santiago toes the rubber, peers in at Howard. He nods his head. Here's the pitch. .207, that ball goes out to Ken Hawk Harrelson in right field. Harrelson's there, he makes the catch, inning over, but damage done. The Cardinals score 3 times in the bottom of the first and take a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the second. Due up for the Red Sox, Petrocelli, Howard, and Santiago. The series is tied 2 games apiece, folks. Rico Petrocelli comes to the plate. The Red Sox shortstop batted .230 in the retro replay. .241 off right-handed pitching. His home run swing, 9.83 or higher. To reach base safely, 6.90 or better. The lefty Steve Carlton sets and delivers. Here's the pitch. 6-2-3. That ball goes to Maxwell at short. He scoops it up and throws to Cepeda for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. Elston Howard comes to the plate, and he had a miserable year at the plate. The Red Sox catcher only batted .135 in total and .125 off right-handed pitching. For Howard to reach base safely, 7.83 or more. McCarver goes through the sign. Steve Carlton nods his head. Here's the pitch to Howard. 1 out, no one on. That's an 8-4-9, and Howard works a walk, so Steve Carlton's control issues continue. I believe that's walk number 4 in this game so far. And Jose Santiago steps to the plate. And Santiago, for a pitcher, batted .259. And off lefties, .385. So Santiago has a better opportunity to get a hit than most Red Sox regulars off Carlton. For Santiago to reach safely, 7.73 or more. Howard's at first, not a threat to run, but Cepeda is holding him on, and they're guarding the corners. The Cardinals are defensively. The windup and the pitch by Carlton. And that's a 6.89. That ball goes to Shannon. Hard ground ball. His only play is to throw to Javier for the out. And Santiago reaches on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs as they forced Howard out at second. PB4 Gaming is in the chat. Remember to check out his channel. BP4 Gaming. My dyslexia, unbelievable. He says he's got to go. He says good night. He says God bless. And he says that the same to anyone else who joins the stream or watches later. Good night to you also, my friend. Take care. God bless to you, your family, and friends, buddy. Alright, Joe Foy comes to plate. 2 outs, Santiago's at first. Foy's home run swing, 9.82 or higher. To reach base safely, 6.89 or better. Here's the set and the delivery by Carlton. The pitch to Foy. That's a 5.59. That ball goes to Maxwell. He catches the line drive. Inning over. So Foy hit it hard, but Maxwell was there. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Cardinals. Due up for St. Louis. Carlton, Brock, and Flood to face Jose-Santiago. Hopefully he has a better second inning than he did in the first, where he gave up 3 runs. Carlton, in the 1967 retro replay, batted .085 off Brady's .088 to reach safely .806 or better. Here's the pitch by Santiago. Really wants to get the pitcher here. And that's a .026. That's going to be a strikeout and a big swing and a miss on the curve. 1 up, 1 down. Lou Brock in the top of the order comes to the plate. Brock's 1 for 1 today with a run scored. Brock again to reach safely .701 or higher. Howard flashes the sign. The windup and the pitch to Brock. 2-3-1. That ball goes out to Yastrzemski in left. He comes in on it and he makes the running catch in shallow left for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, no one on. The center fielder Curt Flood comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. For Flood to reach safely .665 or higher. Home run swing .989 or greater. The windup and the pitch by Jose-Santiago. 2 outs, no one on. 5-9-7. That ball goes to Foy. He grabs the hard ground ball and quickly throws to Scott. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the third. St. Louis leads Boston 3-0. Due up for the Red Sox. Andrews, Yastrzemski, and Hawk Harrelson. Mike Andrews walked his first time up. Andrews is looking for a dice roll of .666 or more to reach base safely. Carlton has struggled with his control so far today. He's walked 4. Let's see if Andrews can work another walk or get a base hit here. Get something started for the Red Sox. McCarver flashes the signs. The windup and the pitch to Andrews. 8-0-9. That is a single back up the middle. So a leadoff single for Mike Andrews. For Andrews to steal second base, he needs to get the proper lead, and that would consist of a dice roll under 230. If he gets that, he needs a dice roll under 510 to complete the theft of second base. Carl Yastrzemski comes to the plate. He walked his first time up. Andrews is being held on by Cepeda. Yaz needs a .668 or better to reach safely. To bring the Red Sox to within 1 with 1 swing of the bat, .969 or better. The windup and the pitch by Carlton. No outs. Andrews at first. 4-6-2. That ball goes out to right field. Maris comes in on it, makes the catch. Andrews retreats back to first base. 1 out, 1 on, and Ken Hawk Harrelson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Harrelson's home run swing would consist of a dice roll of .982 or more to reach base safely .748 or better. St. Louis looking for a double play here. Carlton toes the rubber. Looks in at McCarver, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. 3-0-9. That ball goes to Cepeda. Line drive. He reaches out and pulls it in. Andrews quickly scampers back to first. So now there's 2 outs and 1 on. And it's going to be up to George Boomer Scott to extend this inning. He walked his first time up. Red Sox had bases loaded in the first but failed to score. Scott's home run swing, .982 or greater to reach safely .646 or higher. The lefty Steve Carlton winds and delivers. 5-8-8. Another ball to Cepeda at first. Soft grounder. Takes it himself to the bag. Inning over. So the leadoff single by Mike Andrews is wasted. We go to the bottom of the third. St. Louis 3, Boston nothing. Due up for the Cardinals. Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. This series is tied 2 games apiece. This is a very pivotal Game 5. Roger Maris is 1 for 1. He has an RBI and has scored a run. For Roger to reach safely, .680 or better. Home run swing, .981 or greater. Santiago's ready. Here's the pitch to Maris. 0-8-4, that's going to be a strikeout. Maris goes down looking for the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, no one on, the baby bull Orlando Cepeda comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Home run swing 9.72 or greater. To reach base safely 6.59 or higher. Elston Howard goes through the sign. Santiago nods his head. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. 1 out, no one on. 3-0 Cardinals, bottom of the third. 9.06, that's a single to the left. So Cepeda's on with 1 out. Very good chance of stealing second base here if he gets the proper lead. And to do so, he needs a dice roll of under 210. Scott is holding him on. If he gets that dice roll to complete the theft of second, under an 810 for the dice roll. So let's see what Cepeda does. Tim McCarver comes to the plate. He walked his first time out. 1 out, 1 on. McCarver needs a 6.54 or better to reach base safely. Here's the pitch to Tim. Let's see what Cepeda does. 3.68. That ball goes to Scott. Soft ground ball. He flips to Santiago covering first. Cepeda advances to second on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs, 1 on, and Mike Shannon, Cardinal third baseman, comes to the plate 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. He has another duck out on the pond for his third ribby there. Santiago does not want that to happen. Looking for the third out here. For Shannon to reach base safely, 7-2-8 or more. To get a base hit to score Cepeda, as Cepeda will be off on contact with 2 outs. Shannon would need a dice roll of 7.94 or better. Here's the windup and the pitch by Jose Santiago. .198, that ball goes out to Hawk Harrelson in right. He comes in on it and makes the catch in shallow right. Inning over. Threat averted. We go to the top of the fourth. St. Louis 3, Boston nothing. Due up for the Red Sox. Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, and Elston Howard. So Reggie Smith, the switch-hitting center fielder, comes to the plate. He's batting right-handed due to the left-handed throwing Carlton. He's 0 for 1 today. Smith's home run swing consists of a dice roll of 9.88 or better. To reach base safely, 7.16 or higher. Red Sox need base runners here. Carlton has struggled with his control today. He sets and delivers to Smith. 7-3-3 and yet another walk for the lefty Steve Carlton. And I believe, let's check the box score here. Is that 5 or 6? 5. That's 5 base on balls. He's only given up 1 hit, but he's walked 5 now. Red Sox have to take advantage of these opportunities. Reggie Smith. For Smith to steal, he needs to get the proper lead, and that would consist of a dice roll under 290. If that dice roll occurs, the next dice roll needs to be under 730 for the theft of second to be successful. So Rico Petrocelli comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And we're going to attempt to steal with Reggie Smith here. So let's try the first dice roll that we need under 290. And we don't get it. So Smith will stay put and can't get a lead off lefty Steve Carlton. So Petrocelli once again needs a 6.85 or greater to reach base safely. Here's the pitch by Carlton. That's a 5.27. That's a ball to Shannon. It's a line drive, and he makes the catch, robbing Petrocelli of a hit down the line. The outstretched Shannon robs a double from Rico. Smith goes back to first base. 1 out, 1 on, and the very light-hitting catcher Elston Howard comes in plate. Howard worked a walk, though, in his first at-bat. For Howard to reach base safely, 7-7-8 or more. 1 out, 1 on. McCarver goes through the signs. Carlton nods his head. He pitches to Howard. 0-3-4, that will be a strikeout. Called strike 3, framed perfectly by McCarver. So 2 outs now, and it will be up to Jose Santiago, the pitcher, to keep this inning alive. Smith still at first. And we're going to attempt another steal here. 8-6-2. Smith cannot get a jump. Carlton and Cepeda continue to hold him on. So it's going to be up to Santiago now. Santiago's looking for a 7-9-8 or higher to extend this inning. The windup and the pitch to Jose. 2 outs, 1 on. That's a 3-0-3, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. The slider gets him as Santiago was fooled by that pitch. He goes down looking. We go to the bottom of the 4th. St. Louis 3, Boston nothing. Due up for the Cardinals, Javier, Maxville, and Carlton. Julian Javier is 0 for 1 today. Cardinals second baseman needs a dice roll of 7-1-4 or better to reach safely. Here's the pitch by Santiago. 3-0 Cardinals, bottom of the 4th. 8-9-0, that is a single into right field. So Javier's on. He'll be held on at first by Scott. And Dahl Maxville comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. And they might bunt with Maxville. On deck, though, is the pitcher. So maybe they won't bunt. Alright. Red Sox will look for the double play. For Maxville to reach safely 7-20 or better. No outs. Javier at first. Santiago sets and delivers. Here's the pitch to Maxville. .886, and that's another single, back-to-back singles. This time, this one goes to left field, as Yastrzemski couldn't get to that shallow blooper. Javier holds up at second. So first and second, no outs. Carlton comes to the plate. He's going to be bunting. And we're going to try to get one of these lead runners, hopefully the runner at third. So we're going to go to fielders, and we're going to play corners in and have the wheel play going. Carlton 0 for 1. Howard goes out to have a word with Santiago. Foy and Scott are on the mound with him. Petrocelli and Andrews come in close but don't go to the mound. The umpire says break up the Chamber of Commerce meeting. Everyone goes back to their positions. So no outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Carlton. We expect him to sacrifice. And he'll need under a 700. No, he swings away, 3-8-2. And that was a bunt. It was a bunt. It sounded like a swing. Runners advance, so Javier is at third. Maxville's at second. They get Carlton at first. So Steve Carlton does his job on the sacrifice bunt. 2 runners in scoring position. Top of the order, Lou Brock comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Brock needs a 701 or higher to reach base safely. To get a base hit, 744 or better. Red Sox will... I think we'll play our infield in. I know it's early, but... we're going to play infield in. Try to hold that runner at third, or throw him out if he goes. Here's the windup and the pitch to Brock. Red Sox looking for a very low dice roll here. And they don't get it. 8-1-0 is a single to center. As another shallow fly ball bloops in. Javier scores. And Maxville scores. And Brock advances to second. On the throw to the plate, the Cardinals have broken this game open to a 5-run lead now. As it is 5-0. Curt Flood comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. With a run score, Brock, if he gets the proper lead, will steal third base. And to get that proper lead, the dice roll needs to be under 360, and then the second dice roll under 740. Flood looking for a 6.65 or better. Here's the pitch by Santiago. .342, that ball goes to Petrocelli. He charges it and throws to Scott for out number 2. Brock stays put at second. So So with 2 outs, Brock at second. The right fielder, left-handed bat Roger Maris comes to the plate. Maris is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. On deck is McCarver. No, Cepeda, excuse me, then McCarver. Well, we'd rather face Maris than Cepeda, that's for sure, even though it's a lefty-righty matchup. So McCarver needs a 6.80 or better to reach safely, a 9.81 or higher for a home run, and a base hit with 2 outs will definitely score Brock from second, which would be a 7.89 or better. The windup and the pitch to Maris. 2 outs, 1 on, 5-0 St. Louis, bottom of the 4th. Red Sox looking to get the 3rd out here, and they won't get it. That's an 8.88. That is a single into right field. And Brock scores easily, as it is now 6-0, and Santiago is frustrated and tired. Elston Howard goes out to the mound to buy some time for the Red Sox bullpen. So let's go to our pen here, as the Cardinals once again take a 6-0 lead in Game 5. The series tied 2 games apiece. Cardinals look well on their way to taking a 3-2 lead. So Santiago has been battered in this game. Let's go to our bullpen. We're going to go with Gary Wazlewski, 3.21 ERA. We're going to go with Gary Wazlewski. Let's just go to the bench coach and let's see where our lineup is. We're at the top of the order, so we're good there. So Wazlewski will come into the 9th spot and pitch. That's it for Santiago, who was battered from pillar to pole in this game. He does not last through 4. Santiago is responsible for the runner at first, Roger Maris, so let's quickly just go to the box score and give you Santiago's final numbers, though he is responsible once again for the runner at first. Santiago pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, they were all earned. He only walked 1, he struck out 3. So it's up to Gary Wazlewski to keep this game at only a 6-run deficit. Wazlewski on the retro replay, 4 wins, 4 losses, 3.48 ERA. He's a right-handed thrower. 2 outs, 1 on. Cepeda comes to plate. The Baby Bulls 1 for 2. His power swing 9, 7, 6 or better to reach base safely, 6.53 or higher. The windup and the pitch to Cepeda. 6-0 Cardinals. 3.58. That ball is to Foy. Ground ball. Takes a bad hop. He quickly recovers and throws to Scott, and they just nip Cepeda at first to end the inning. But damage is done once again as the Cardinals score 3 in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th. St. Louis has a commanding 6-0 lead. Due up for Boston, top of the order, Foy, Andrews, and Yastrzemski. Red Sox bats have to get busy. Joe Foy steps to the plate to face the lefty Steve Carlton. Carlton has faced 18 batters. His threshold is 26. Carlton throwing a 1-hitter, 6-0 shutout right now. He has walked 5. Is it 5 or 6? 5. Struck out 3. It's the ugliest 1-hitter you can ever see. Foy's 0 for 2 today. He's looking for a dice roll above 6.94 to reach safely. The windup and the pitch by Carlton. 9.05. There's the second hit of the game for the Red Sox. A single to center by Joe Foy. Third baseman's on. He'll be held on by Orlando Cepeda. Foy will be going nowhere, down 6 runs. And Mike Andrews, number 2 hitter, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a walk, so he's been on base both times. He's looking for a 6.61 or better to reach base safely. Carlton gets a sign. Here's the pitch to Andrews. 8-2-6. There's the third hit of the game, as that's a single to right. So back-to-back singles, and no, we do not want to take the extra base hit. Extra base, excuse me. So Foy will stop at second. Andrews is at first. The Red Sox have something going here in the top of the fifth. Carl Yastrzemski comes to play, and he has struggled against left-handed pitching, only batting .241. And he's 0 for 1 today. He does have a walk. And if you're thinking home run swing off Carlton for Yaz, 9-6-9 or better. To reach base safely, 6, 7, 8 or more. 2 on, no outs. The Red Sox trail 6-0. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. 7-4-3. He has just gotten his second walk. Bases are now loaded with no outs. Carlton has now walked 6 batters. This is the moment of opportunity here for the Red Sox. If they don't get it done now, I don't think they'll get it done for the game. Hawk Harrelson, 0 for 2. No place to put Ken. To reach base safely, 7-5-3 or more. If you're thinking grand salami, 9-8-2 to 9-9-9. McCarver goes out to have a word with Carlton. Again, his control has been shaky at best. Cepeda and Shannon join him. Now they go back to their positions. McCarver goes back behind the plate. Carlton's ready. Back on the rubber. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. No outs. Bases juiced. 3-8-4. That ball is hit out to center field. That's a deep fly ball. Flood continues to go back. He makes the catch. Tagging up from third is Foy. We need a dice roll under a 950. And we get it. The Red Sox are on the board. 6-1. Andrews and Yastrzemski stay pat. Hello, JD, my friend. How are you? Hope all is well. How goes the book? How was your week? Hope everything's good. Remember to check out JD. Anyone who was watching now or later, JD. Type that in YouTube. He's an author. He has a wonderful, he did a stream the other day with, I'm going to call it a farm. Correct me if I'm wrong, JD. Beautiful, beautiful place you have, JD. Alrighty, the Red Sox finally get on the board here. 1 out, 2 on. George Boomer Scott comes to the plate. The Boomer would love to go yard here and make it a 6-4 ball game. That would consist of a dice roll of 9-8-2 or more to reach base safely, 6-5-1 or higher. Once again, McCarver goes out and has a word with Carlton, comes back behind the plate. The windup and the pitch to the Boomer. That's a 4-3-6. That ball goes out to right field. Maris is there. He makes the catch. And we're going to send Andrews this time. So Andrews to tag up and go to third on Maris's arm needs under a 700. Here's the throw, the dice roll. And Andrews is gunned out at third, ending the inning. The dice rolls an 8-9-3. The Red Sox get on the board. They score 1. And they leave 1 man on base. I do not have luck on tag-ups like that. We needed under a 770, I think it was, and we get an 893. Man, I am not going to the craps tables, that's for sure. So we go to the bottom of the fifth, 6-1. Cardinals due up for St. Louis. McCarver, Shannon, and Javier. Let me quickly jump to the chat. JD's in the chat. He says, I'm good, man. It's going. And I started another one. It's a Western called Dead Man's Tale. Ooh, goody, goody. I know that sounded weird what I said, but I'm very excited. He's writing a Western, and that's going to be awesome. It's a ranch style, just no animals. Laughing my butt off. Just hay. Well, I like it. It looks nice. So, JD, can you give us a little bit, what is the outline for your Western? If you don't mind sharing. And JD, if you want, as always, you're a moderator, and I trust you. That's why I made you a moderator. Oh, thank you. If you want, put in links to whatever you want for yourself, JD. And And when you send me the what you got for the Western, whatever links you want me to add onto this page later, you tell me and I'll put them in, buddy. JD, thank you very much, my friend. Back to the game. Red Sox trail 6-1. Up the catcher for the Cardinals, Tim McCarver. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. For McCarver to reach base safely, 6-6-2 or better. Gary Wazlewski is back out on the mound for the Red Sox. I'm going to butcher poor Gary's name. Righty-lefty matchup here. Howard flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to McCarver. 6-1 Cardinals. 2-7-4. That ball goes to Mike Andrews at second. He dives, gets back up, and throws to Scott. Out number 1. There's a web gem. That's going to make ESPN. Except there's no ESPN in 67. But a fine play by Mike Andrews, robbing McCarver of a hit. JD in the chat says, outline is I had a dream and knew I needed to write it down. Awesome. Awesome, my friend. So, 1 out, no one on. Mike Shannon comes to the plate. The Cardinal third baseman's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs today. For Shannon to reach safely. 7-2-7 or better. The windup and the pitch by Wazlewski. 6-1 Cardinals. 1-2-4, and that's going to be a big strikeout, a big swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to that fastball. Got him to chase. So 2 up, 2 down. And Julian Javier steps to the plate. The Cardinals' second baseman is 1 for 2 with a run scored. For Javier to reach safely, 7-1-3 or better. Wazlewski looking for a 1-2-3 inning here for the Bo Sox. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Javier. 2 outs, no one on. 8-9-4, and there will not be a 1-2-3 inning as Javier singles to center. They'll be held on at first by the boomer, George Scott. JD says, will you check your Google Hangouts? Not right now, I can't, because I'm doing the game, but later. I actually don't know how to check Google Hangouts. I don't, so. I mean, I've used Google Hangout, I just don't know how to. I guess I just go on Google and. Alrighty, so Javier is at first, 2 outs. Maxville comes to the plate, he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. For Dahl to reach safely, 7-1-9 or better. The windup and the pitch to Maxville, 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the dice roll, 6-1 lead Cardinals. 9-3-3, and that's a single to center. So after Wazlewski gets the first 2 outs, he's now... Oh, and Javier's trying to take the extra base here. Great throw by Smith. Foy applies the tag. Inning over. So Javier tries to go first to third. Smith would have none of it. He guns him out. Huge play by the Red Sox defense there. We go to the top of the 6th. 6-1 Cardinals due up for Boston. Smith, Petrocelli, and Howard. Oh, you can send it if you want through Twitter message if you want. It's up to you. Or you can send it Google Hangout. I'll figure it out. So Reggie Smith comes to plate. He's 0 for 1 today. He's walked once. And we have JD in the chat, one of my moderators, good friend of the channel. Make sure if you can, check out JD. Type that in YouTube. He's an author. He's writing a fantasy style. I'll compare it to Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, but it's you know what? It's very good. He has a lot of talent, and also I like when he reads his chapters. He has an excellent reading voice. And he's just come up, he's going to be starting to write a Western. So, good stuff by JD. Alright, Reggie Smith needs a 7-1-6 or better. Red Sox need base runners here in the top of the 6th. Carlton's up to 23 batters faced. His threshold is 26. Here's the pitch to Smith. 3-8-2. That ball goes to short. Hard ground ball. Maxwell has it and throws to Cepeda for out number 1. 1 out, no one on. Rico Petrocelli comes to the plate. Red Sox shortstop's 0 for 2. Needs a 6-9-0 or better to advance to first base. The windup and the pitch by Carlton. 4-1-5. That ball goes out to right field. Maris goes back on the track, up against the wall. He makes the catch. Petrocelli gave it a ride, but came up short. 2 outs, no one on, and the light-hitting Elston Howard comes to the plate. The Red Sox catcher's 0 for 1 with 1 walk. Howard needs a 7-8-3 or better to advance. Carlton looking for a 1-2-3 inning, gets the sign by McCarver. He sets and delivers to Howard. Howard strikes out on the 0-1-6 dice roll. Big swing and a miss. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals in total control, 6-1. Due up for St. Louis. Carlton, Brock, and Flood. No problem, JD. So Steve Carlton, the pitcher, comes up. He's 0 for 1. He has a sacrifice bunt. Wazlewski's ready. Here's the pitch to Carlton. We await the dice roll. Carlton needs an 8-5 or better. He's not going to get it. That's a 1-6-7. That's a strikeout. Big swing and a miss. Top of the order now. Lou Brock comes to the plate with 1 out. Brock is 2 for 3, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Pivotal Game 5 here. The series is tied 2 games apiece in this retro replay using Digital Diamond Baseball. Brock needs a 7-0-1 or better. You want to keep Lou off the bases. Tremendous speed and stealing ability. The windup and the pitch to Brock. (5-2-2). That ball goes to Foy at third. He backhands it and fires to Scott, who makes a wonderful stretch, and they just get Brock at first base. So with 2 outs and no one on, Curt Flood, the Cardinals center fielder, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Flood needs a 6-6-3 or better to reach base safely. Wazlewski working quickly. He sets and delivers. We await the dice roll. 4-9-1. That ball goes out to right field. Hawk Harrelson comes in on it and he makes the catch. Inning over. The Cardinals go down 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 7th. St. Louis 6, Boston 1. Due up for the Red Sox. Wazlewski, the pitcher. Then the top of the order, Joe Foy and Mike Andrews. So Wazlewski comes to the plate. We're going to go to the bench. Pinch hitter coming up. And Wazlewski did a good job. Let's go to his box score. Wazlewski pitched 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. So, kept the Red Sox in the game to the best of his ability. Let's see who will pinch hit now. And let's go against lefties. Let's look at everyone. Click on average. Russ Gibson, 303. Jerry Adair, 384. I think we're going to go with Jerry Adair. Yeah, we're going to go with Jerry Adair. Jerry Adair will come off the bench and pinch hit for Gary Wazlewski. And there's Jerry Adair, so it's going to be a righty-lefty matchup. Jerry on the 1967 Retro Replay batted .248 against left-handed pitching. .253. The numbers we were looking at was what actually happened. So, they're about 50 points, 20 points down from what he actually did against lefties. But he's still a much better choice than a pitcher. For Adair to reach base safely, 7-0-2 or better. Carlton's at his threshold now, 26 batters. His threshold is 26 batters. So he could be tiring. Could be another opportunity here for the Red Sox. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Again, Adair needs a 702 or better. Here's the pitch by Carlton. 8-2-0. And Adair gets a pinch hit single to center. Leadoff runner on for the Red Sox. And that brings us to the top of the order in Joe Foy. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Foy's home run swing 9.82 or better to reach base safely 6.94 or higher. Adair, to get a lead to steal, he's almost automatic. He needs under a 950. If he gets that, he's about 46% to steal second base, which is a dice roll of under 460. So he's going to stay put. We're down 5 runs. It's going to be up to Joe Foy to get a big hit here, and the Sox following him. Again, Foy needs a 6.94 or better. McCarver goes out, has a word with Carlton, now back behind the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch to Foy. No outs, 1 on. 7-1-1. Foy works a walk. Another base on balls by Steve Carlton. He has now faced 28 batters. He's tired and struggling, and I think that's 7 base on balls for Carlton. It is. Woof. And Mike Andrews comes to the plate, and he has owned Steve Carlton today. Andrews 2 for 2 with a walk. Big moment here for the Red Sox. Second baseman. 6-1 Cardinals. 2 on. Nobody out. Andrews needs a 6.53 or higher. Carlton tired. Bullpen action for the Cardinals. They're not ready yet, though. The windup and the pitch to Mike Andrews. 7-6-1, another walk. Bases are loaded, no outs, and that's Steve Carlton's 8th walk. And it brings up Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Again, McCarver trying to stall for time. Yastrzemski, the Triple Crown winner of 1967, needs a huge hit here. If he gets a home run, the Red Sox are only down 1. But he's struggled against left-handed pitching in the retro replay. 241 batting average. He's 0 for 1 today, as I stated, with 2 walks. His home run swing, 9.66 or better to reach base safely, 6.53 or higher. Carlton sets and delivers. 5.59, that ball goes out to Flood in center. It's a shallow fly ball. Flood comes in, he makes the catch. Adair bluffs but does not go. So Yastrzemski flies out to shallow center for the first out of the inning. Bases remain loaded, and it'll be up to Hawk Harrelson now to get a big hit. The Hawk is 0 for 2 with 1 RBI at a sacrifice fly. Back in the top of the 5th, scoring the Red Sox only run. Harrelson needs a 9.79 or better to hit a grand slam and clear the bases. To reach safely, 7.32 or more. Carlton has faced 30 batters now. He is 4 over his limit of 26. The windup and the pitch to Harrelson. 9-2-9, that is a single to right. 1 run scores. And Foy, we need a dice roll of 9.44 or under 9.44. Here, we're going to send him. Here comes a throw by Maris. It's a 5-2-7. Foy will score. Andrews advances to second and holds. So a 1 out single that knocks in 2 for Ken Hawk Harrelson. It's now 6-3. The Red Sox have cut this lead in half. Good to have you back, JD. And now into pitch, Ron Willis. Willis on the retro replay, 3 wins, 7 losses, earned run average of 4.37. Well, let's see what Willis did in actuality. I always like to see what they really did. I find that interesting. In 67, in reality, he was 6-5, 10 saves, earned run average 2.67, so he was much better in reality, but that's why it's a game. Alright, so the Red Sox have cut the lead in half. 1 swing of the bat can tie this game up. The Boomer's 0 for 2 with a walk. His home run swing 9.88 or better to reach base safely, 6.49 or higher. The windup and the pitch by Willis. 3-8-4. That ball goes out to center. It's a hard line drive. Floyd's there, and he makes the catch. Flood, excuse me. Andrews retreats back to second base. Did not want to challenge Curt Flood's arm. So with 2 outs, 2 on, it's up to Reggie-Smith. The Red Sox center fielder is 0 for 2 with a walk. Smith off right-handed pitching batted .243. And you know what? We might go to a pinch hitter. Let's go to pinch hitters. Let's look off right-handed pitching. Dalton Jones at 301 in actuality. Let's check what Dalton Jones did in the retro replay. Let's go. Simulated stats. Dalton Jones off right-handers batted .246. Ouch. How many homers did he have? 2. Okay. George Thomas. You know what? Who do we have to play center? That's the other thing. Tartable. We have Jose Tartable. Danny Tartable's father. Danny Tartable, who played in the major leagues. He actually did play for the Red Sox briefly, I think. I don't remember the years. Or do I go with Reggie-Smith? Let's go to the bench coach and see what Dalton Jones' numbers. So, for Reggie-Smith to reach safely, 6.84. Let's see what Dalton Jones is. 6.61. And to be honest with you, the home run swing is only slightly poorer, if that's a word. Is poorer a word? JD, you are the author. Ooh, JD says I'm gonna have to get down on some MLB show. MLB now, LOL. I think we're gonna go with Dalton Jones. We're going to go with Dalton Jones. So Dalton Jones will come in to pinch hit for Reggie-Smith. 2 outs, 2 on. Lefty-righty matchup here. Jones needs a 6.61 or better to reach safely and continue the inning. Home run swing 9.96 or higher. The windup and the pitch by Ron Willis. 6-3 Cardinals. 0-5-8. Jones goes down swinging. Inning over. We go to the 7th inning and the 7th inning stretch with the Cardinals leading 6-3. Due up for St. Louis as we need a pitcher. So, Jerry Adair. We're going to have the pitcher go in the 6th slot where Dalton Jones just struck out in. So let's bring our pitcher in first. Boy. Who do we want? Guess we can go with Jerry Stevens. I don't think Jerry Stevens is in the starting rotation. I'm pretty sure Jerry Stevens is. Let's not use a starter. Okay. So Jerry Stevens will come in. He'll bat 6th. He won't get an at-bat though. So he'll come in. That's our pitcher. Now we need a center fielder, which will be Tartable. Back to our bench. So Tartable's going to go into play center field that night. No, we want him in center field. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, so bottom of the 7th, the Red Sox have cut the lead in half, 6-3. And Jerry Stevenson steps out to the mound. He'll face Roger Maris on the retro replay. 4-6, ERA of 3.79. Maris is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. For Maris to reach base safely, 6, 8, 9 or better. Lefty-righty matchup. Stevenson gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Maris. We await the dice roll. 5-2-3. That ball goes to Petrocelli. It's a line drive. He jumps and snares it, robbing Maris of his 3rd hit. Fine play by Rico at short. 1 up, 1 down, and the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, comes to the plate. Cardinal first baseman's 1 for 3 today. For the bull to reach safely, 6, 6, 9 or better. Jerry Stevenson gets the sign from Howard. The windup and the pitch to Cepeda. 1 out, no one on. 4-7-2. That ball goes to the boomer. At first, he leaps and robs Cepeda of a hit. So, 2 excellent Gold Glove plays back to back. Petrocelli at short and Scott at first. 2 outs, no one on, and Tim McCarver, the Cardinal catcher, steps to plate. He's looking for his first hit of the game. McCarver's 0 for 2 with a walk. McCarver needs a dice roll of 6, 7, 3 or better to advance safely. Stevenson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He sets and delivers to McCarver. 2 outs, no one on, 6-3 Cardinals. 2-1-4. That ball goes out to right field. Harrelson coming in on it, coming in. He makes the catch. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 8th. Cardinals in control. 6-3. Due up for the Red Sox. Petrocelli, Howard, and Tartable. Oh yeah, JD. One of the best baseball movies ever. The original Bad News Bears. That's why I chose this. You know what's funny, JD? I get a copyright hit every time I play this song, and this is free. I have to fight this every time. Some idiots always hit me with copyright. It's free from the YouTube audio library. Makes me laugh. I have to constantly challenge their copyright hit. I don't know, and it's the same people. Always the same people. Why YouTube lets them get away with that nonsense, I don't know. It's free from the YouTube library. So, there is no copyright on it. So Rico Petrocelli comes to plate. He's 0 for 3 today. And Rico needs a 6-8-6 or better to reach base safely. Willis gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. 7-1-9. Rico works a walk. Say that 10 times fast. So Petrocelli's on at first. And I think that is 9 or 10 walks for Cardinal pitching. And because I have an accounting degree, I love numbers. 9 walks. Ouch. That stinks if you're a Cardinals fan. So the walks have kept the Red Sox in this game. Elston Howard comes to plate. He will not bat. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. We're going to go to our bench here. And a pinch hitter. Click on righties. Against right-handed pitching. So George Thomas, 255 average. And he can catch. He can play all over. He's the ultimate utility guy. Right field, first base, left field, center field, catcher. Let's see what he did in replay. Maybe it's better than 255. In replay, he batted much worse. 189, but he hit 261 off right-handed pitching. So George Thomas will come in the game to pinch hit for Elston Howard. See if we can get a little magic out of that old top hat that Frosty found. So Thomas needs a 7-2-8 or better to reach safely. His home run swing, luck of luck, 999. That's his only home run swing on the dice roll. Petrocelli's at first. Cepeda's holding him on. No outs. The windup and the pitch by Ron Willis. 6-7-0. That ball goes to Maxville. Soft ground ball. He charges it, and he throws to Cepeda, and they get Thomas at first. Petrocelli advances to second on the fielder's choice. So with one out, Jose Tartable comes to the plate. He's going to get his first at-bat in this game. Let me jump to the chat again. We have JD in the chat. He says, well, that wasn't a good start to my night. Have a road to the show third baseman. I'm in AAA and just went 0 for 4 for the game. Hey, there's always tomorrow or next game, JD. Alright, so Tartable needs a 6-8-1 or better to reach safely. Petrocelli's at second. McCarver flashes the signs. Willis nods his head. Here's the pitch to Tartable. 1 out, 1 on. 8-2-4. That is a single to right. No, 8-7-3 to score Petrocelli. We need to roll under an 8-7-3. My God, he should score on this. We're gonna send him. Here's the dice roll. 4-7-2. Petrocelli will score, and the Red Sox have cut it to a 2-run lead. It's now 6-4 St. Louis. So Tartable has a clutch 1-out single. Tying run comes to the plate, and Joe Foy now. As here come your Boston Red Sox. Tartable being held on by Cepeda. Foy is 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Foy's home run swing, 9-8-9 or higher. To reach base safely, 6-8-7 or better. Willis is at his threshold. 5 batters faced. His threshold's 5, so he could be tiring. Foy's looking to grip and rip. The windup and the pitch by Willis. 1 out, 1 off. 9-5-9. That is a double over Curt Flood's head. And we will hold Tartable at third, as we need a dice roll under 487. We're going to say no. Tartable will hold at third. Foy has a 1-out double. And now comes the thorn in the Cardinals' side. Red Sox second baseman Mike Andrews, 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Joe Foy represents the tying run at second base. Mike Andrews represents the go-ahead run at the plate. JD says, true, I have a 454 batting average. Well, I did. Well, I couldn't have dropped that much from 0 for 4. Especially, how many games are you in? I mean, 0 for 4 is not going to drop you. It's going to be like 2 points, I think you drop. I believe. 2 to 3 points. No, it could be a little more. But anyway, you still got a really good batting average. Alright, so Mike Andrews comes up. 2 ducks on the pond. For Andrews to knock him in, he needs at least a 7-4-7 or better. Foy has pretty good speed at second. To reach safely, 6-1-6 or higher. McCarver and Cepeda go out to have a word with Willis. Again, the Cardinals are feverishly getting their bullpen working. Everyone goes back to their positions. McCarver squats back behind the plate. The windup and the pitch to Andrews. 8-9-1, that is a single into left. Tartable scores from third. Here comes Foy. We're going to send him. We need under a 900. Here comes a throw from Brock. Here's the dice roll. It's a 580. Foy slides in there safe. This ball game is tied up. The Red Sox have come all the way back here in the top of the 8th, scoring 3 runs to make it a 6-6 ball game. Mike Andrews is now 3 for 3. Unbelievable. The Red Sox come roaring back here in Game 5. Bashing Ron Willis from pillar to pole. Just like Santiago for the Sox got bashed from pillar to pole, they're returning the favor. So with 1 out, Andrews is at first. Cepeda holding him on. We have a whole new ball game, folks. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. And Yaz against right-handed pitching, the retro replay crushed it at a 346 batting average. Yastrzemski's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Willis is tired now. He's faced 2 batters over his threshold. which is 5. He's faced 7. Let's see if they stick with him. Yaz needs a 5.76 or better. Home run swing, 9.62 or more. 1 out, 1 out, 1 out, 1 on. Tie ball game. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. 1.79. What's going on? That's a wild pitch. It gets by McCarver. Andrews now moves into scoring position at second. He is the go-ahead run with 1 out. As the wheels on the bus have come off here for the Cardinals in the top of the 8th. Yastrzemski gets back in the batter's box. Willis is just struggling. Here's the pitch once again to Yaz. 8.37, that's a single in the left. Here comes Mike Andrews. We need a 7.62. Under a 7.62, we're going to send him. Here comes a throw by Brock. It's a 6.41. Andrews goes sliding in safely as McCarver's tag is too late. Yastrzemski advances to second. The Red Sox have come all the way back to take the lead now, 7-6. As this St. Louis crowd has gone silent, as they are stunned, they are in shock. Now Ken Hawk Harrelson comes to the plate. Harrelson's 1 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Big insurance run out there at second base with Yastrzemski. Willis has struggled. He is tired. Hawk looking for a ball he can grip and rip here. Something that Willis will hang. Harrelson's home run swing consists of a dice roll of 9.85 or better to reach safely 7.27 or higher. The windup and the pitch to Hawk Harrelson. 7.78. Harrelson works a walk. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and George Boomer Scott comes to the plate. I don't know how much longer they're going to stick with Willis. I don't know if that pen's ready. JD in the chat says true, but still, I was on a 7-game hitting streak as well. LOL. Well, that's all done, my friend. You're going to have to start a new one. The Boomer 0 for 3 with a walk to reach base safely 6.20 or better. He awaits the Willis offering. Here's the pitch. 9.51, and that's another wild pitch. Both runners advance. Yastrzemski to third, Harrelson to second. Unbelievable. The total meltdown of Ron Willis we are witnessing on the mound here in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox have scored 4 to come back to take a 7-6 lead. In Game 5 of this retro replay of the 1967 World Series, and Jerry Stevenson, the pitcher, comes to the plate. He will not hit. We will go back to get a pinch hit. Excuse me, a pinch hitter. And who do we have left? Norm Seaburn batted .220 in actuality. Let's see what he did in retro replay. Wow, he crushed right-handed pitching. Limited at-bats, only 25, but he batted .320. Oh, yes, we will go with Norm Seaburn. We'll pinch hit for Jerry Stevenson, the pitcher, who is in line for a win out of the bullpen. So here comes Norm Seaburn, lefty-righty matchup. But now, finally, mercifully, they've taken Willis out, and they've gone to the pen of the left-hander, Al Jackson. Jackson, the retro replay, 5 wins, 6 losses, 3.18 ERA. What did Jackson do in reality? Let's find out. In reality, in 67, 9 wins, 4 losses, 1 save, ERA of 3.95. So Norm Seaburn comes to the plate. Retro replay, 308 batting average, 320 off right-handed pitching and limited at-bats. 2 bases loaded, no place to put Seaburn. as I've messed up his name back and forth. 1 out. To reach base safely, 7-2-2 or better. Home run swing, 9-9-7 or more. 7-6 game for the Red Sox. The windup and the pitch by Jackson. 7-9-7, that's a single to left. Yastrzemski scores from third. We have a 76.1% chance of scoring Hawk Harrelson from second, so we need a dice roll under 761. We're going to send him. Here's the dice roll, and they're going to get Harrelson at the plate. So finally Brock throws someone out as McCarver applies the tag. So there's going to be 2 outs. George Boomer Scott advances to third on the RBI single by Norm Syburn. It's now 8-6 Red Sox, and Rico Petrocelli comes to the plate. Rico's 0 for 3. He has a walk and a run scored. Rico's looking for a base hit here, and that would be a 7-5-7 or better to reach base safely to extend the inning 6-6-4 or more. The windup and the pitch to Petrocelli. 2 outs, 2 on. 2-5-3. What is that? What is that? That's a pass ball. The ball gets by McCarver. Racing home from third. And scoring is Scott. It is now 9-6. As the self-destruction by the Cardinals continues in the top of the 8th. Holy cow. Syburn advances to second. McCarver's just shaking his head. He can't believe he didn't knock that ball down. So 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli once again. 3-5-9. That ball goes to short. Maxville comes in, gets it, throws to Cepeda, and mercifully, if you're a Cardinals fan, the inning's over. But the Red Sox score 6 and take the lead. Now we need a new pitcher. Let's check out our bench coach. And let's look at the lineup here. So they have Shannon, righty, 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 and then the pitcher's a lefty. Okay. Let's go to matchups. Dan Elston-C, let's see what he does. 7-4-1. Or should we go to the closer? I think we should go to the closer. John Wyatt. John Wyatt's 7-4-1 also, is that right? Sparky Lyle. Sparky Lyle's actually better. 7-3-6. Against Shannon. Look at that again. 7-4-1. Then Wyatt. 7-4-1. I think we're going to go with, let's see who we're going to go with. Bottom of the 8th. We're gonna go with John Wyatt. Sparky Lyle's better though. I mean, dice roll wise, Wyatt had 20. You know what? We're gonna go with the closer. We're gonna go with John Wyatt. So Wyatt will come into the 6th spot. He's gonna pitch. We need a catcher. I should have put him in the 8th spot. That's my fault. I guess we could keep George Thomas into catch. And we're gonna let George Thomas. We'll let him stay into catch. And that's it. So John Wyatt's out on the mound. He had, in the retro replay, 11 wins, 5 losses, earned run average 2.65. and he had 10 saves. In real life, 10 and 7, 20 saves. Alrighty, so he's going to face Mike Shannon, Julian Javier, and Dal Maxwell. Shannon's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup. Shannon needs a 7-4-1 or higher to reach base safely. Wyatt works quickly. Here's the pitch. 9-6 Red Sox. That's a 0-2-7. That's going to be a strikeout. Big swing and a miss. So Wyatt gets a strikeout against the first batter he faces. 1 out, and now Julian Javier comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Javier's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Julian needs a 7-2-7 or better to reach safely. Thomas goes through the signs. Wyatt nods his head. Here's the pitch to Javier. 2-8-4. That ball goes out to right field. Harrelson coming in on it. He makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. It'll be up to Dal Maxwell to extend the bottom of the 8th here with no runners on, 2 outs. Maxwell's looking for a dice roll of 7-4-0 or more to keep this inning alive. Wyatt and the Red Sox want none of it. The windup and the pitch. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. But before that, they're going to go pinch hitter. Bobby Tolan comes to the plate as Max Dalville's called back. He's a lefty. Tolan in the retro replay only batted .214, and off right-handed pitchers, though, .245, so he is a better option than Maxwell. He needs a 7-2-3 or higher to keep the inning alive. The windup and the pitch to Tolan. 2 outs, no one on. 9-5-4, he extends the inning with a single into right. So now the pitcher, Al Jackson, comes to plate. We're just going to click pitch. And here comes the pinch hitter. And it will be Dave Ricketts. My God, look at those glasses. Ricketts on the 67 retro replay batted .345, but only .247 off right-handed pitching. Tolan is being held on at first. Guess we'll hold him on. Might play behind him. We'll hold him on. So Ricketts needs a 7-3-1 or better. His home run swing 9-9-3 or more. Wyatt looking for the last out here in the bottom of the 8th. Gets the sign from Thomas. He sets and delivers to Ricketts. 2 outs, 1 on. 9-6 Red Sox. 6-0-2. That ball goes out to Harrelson. Harrelson comes in on it. Makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 9th. Boston now leads 9-6. Due up for the Red Sox. Thomas, Tartable, and Foy. And there's a new pitcher for St. Louis, Joe Horner. Horner in the retro replay, 2 wins, 1 loss, earned run average 2.14. He'll face George Thomas, who's 0 for 1 today. He came in to pinch hit and stayed in to catch. Righty-lefty matchup. Thomas needs a 7-7-0 or higher to reach base safely. The windup and the pitch by Horner. 5-0-5. That ball goes to Broussard at short. He throws to Cepeda, out number 1. So Broussard came in to replace Maxwell. He has a 7% chance of error at short. Range of 4, so he's not the best shortstop. Jose Tartable comes to plate. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Tartable needs a 7-6-1 or better to reach safely. McCarver flashes the sign. Horner nods his head. Here's the pitch to Jose Tartable. 1 out, no one on. 5-0-8. That ball goes to short. He charges it. Broussard quickly gets the throw off, but not in time. Tartable beats it out to get an infield hit. That's his 2nd hit of the game. Tartable's at first with 1 out, and Joe Foy comes to plate. Foy 2 for 4 with a walk and 3 runs scored. Foy's home run swing against a lefty 9-7-6 or better against Horner. Needs a 7-0-9 or higher to reach base safely. 1 out, 1 on. Cardinals looking to turn 2 and keep it a 3-run deficit and get to the bottom of the 9th. The windup and the pitch to Foy. 2-1-1. That's a wild pitch. Tartable advances to second base. The St. Louis pitching has been god-awful today. Red Sox were down 6-1, have come, as I said, came all the way back. But even before that, the Red Cardinal pitching struggled with walks. So Tartable's in scoring position for Foy now. Here's the pitch. 0-3-6. That will be a strikeout. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Could not catch up to that high cheese, as Dennis Eckersley likes to say. So 2 outs. Tartable at second, and Mike Andrews comes up plate. Andrews phenomenal today. The Red Sox second baseman, 3 for 3, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored. Most likely in line for player of the game. Andrews needs a 6.85 or better to reach base safe. Joe Horner sets and delivers. 0-2-5, and Andrews is finally retired as he swings and misses and strikes out. Inning over, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox have a 3-run lead. 9-6 over the Cardinals. Due up for St. Louis. Brock, Flood, and Maris. John Wyatt comes back out on the mound. And he'll face Lou Brock, who's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. So they have lefty. Let's just check this out here, folks. Lefty, righty, lefty. So let's see what Sparky Lyle is against lefty, righty, lefty. I like this option in this game, the bench coach. And again, I'm just looking at the numbers here, the dice roll. I'm ignoring the percentages. So let's check out Sparky Lyle. Oh yeah, that goes way up, 7.55. So Sparky Lyle, 7.55. Now let's see how he does against Flood. He's a righty, 6.73. Let's see how he does against Maris. 7.43. Okay. Alright, I think we're going to go with Sparky Lyle. Come in and try to close it out here. If the Red Sox can close it out, they will take a 3-2 lead going into Game 6. Cancel. Go back. 7.15. Sparky Lyle will come into the 6th spot. So Sparky Lyle comes in to try to close it out. He'll face Lou Brock. Brock needs a 7.55 or better to reach safely. Lefty-lefty matchup. We're going to play normal. I was going to play no doubles, but we're going to play normal. The windup and the pitch by Lyle. .044. Brock goes down with a big swing and a miss. So Lyle gets the first out on a K. 1 out, no one on, and Curt Flood comes up plate. Flood 1 for 4 with a run scored. He's looking for a dice roll of 6, 7, 3 or above to advance safely. Lyle and the Red Sox want none of it. 1 out, no one on. Thomas goes through the sign. Sparky Lyle nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Curt Flood. 1-7-7. That ball goes to Petrocelli. Petrocelli charges it and throws to Scott for out number 2. The Red Sox are 1 out away from taking a 3-2 lead here in this retro replay of the 1967 World Series. It will be up to Roger Maris to extend the inning and the game. Maris, the Cardinal right fielder's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Maris will need a 7-4-3 or better to keep this game alive for the Cardinals. Lyle's ready. Here's the pitch to Maris. 2 outs, no one on. We await the dice roll and the results. 5-0-5. That ball goes out to Tardable in center. He's there. He makes the catch. Ball game over. Cardinals fans are not happy. Their team is now down 3 games to 2. The Red Sox win Game 5, 9-6, coming all the way back in the 8th inning and scoring 6 runs to give them the lead, and consequently the win. Unbelievable. So we will call this game official and go to the final box score. So we will hit exit and we say yes, make this game official, and we'll go to the schedule. And Eric from Higher Ground Gaming showed me this. You get the more complete box score. Remember to check out Eric and Higher Ground Gaming. Very fun channel. Also check out Tabletop Baseball if you're into dice baseball. They do a wonderful job. And ID Gesture, another great channel. And JD, who's in the chat, one of my moderators. I thank him very much for joining me and for being a moderator. Check out his channel. And BP4 Gaming. A lot of fine people. Broke Black Man 94, my other moderator, check out his channel. So, alright, let's go to the box score. And also, if you go to my page, there's a lot of related channels and featured channels. Check them all out. Good people. Alright, so here we go, the final box score. What a game it was. Well, that's not right. Oh, I clicked on the wrong. Hold on, my friends. This is game 1. Let's get to the proper game here. I was going to say, Lee Staggy didn't pitch. Here we go. 9-6. Now to the real box score. Here we go. Alright, so for the Red Sox, Santiago pitched 3 2/3. He was awful. 9 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Gary Wazlewski came in. He held the fort. 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, struck out 2. Then Jerry Stevenson came in. He got the win. Now 5-6 on the total year. Pitched 1 inning. Zeros across the board. And Wyatt came in. He pitched an inning with only 1 hit and a strikeout, but didn't give up any runs. And Sparky Lyle comes in to get his 6th save of the total season. These stats are inclusive with the World Series stats. They don't break them out. 1 shutout inning with a strikeout. For the Cardinals, Steve Carlton went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked 8, struck out 4. He was in line for the win, but then the Cardinal bullpen imploded. Willis came in, pitched an inning, 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Jackson came in, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs. Horner came in, an inning with 1 hit and 2 strikeouts and no runs. Player of the game, Red Sox second baseman Mike Andrews. And why? I'll tell you why. 3 for 4, 1 run, 2 RBIs, walked twice, struck out once. Quickly go through the box score before we call it an early morning. Joe Foy, Red Sox third baseman, 2 for 5, 3 runs, scored 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. We already gave you Andrews' numbers. Carl Yastrzemski, 1 for 3 of the runs, scored an RBI, walked twice. Hawk Harrelson, 1 for 3, but had 3 RBIs. He had a sacrifice fly also. He walked once. Scott, 0 for 3 with a run, scored, walked twice. Reggie Smith, 0 for 2 with a walk. Pinch hitter Dalton Jones, 0 for 1. He struck out. Jerry Stevenson just pitched, didn't get an at-bat. Norm Syburn, 1 for 1 with an RBI. It was a clutch hit. John Wyatt came in to pitch in the 8th, did not get an at-bat. Sparky Lyle pitched in the 9th, did not get an at-bat. Rico Petrocelli, 0 for 4 with a run, scored, and a walk. Elston Howard, 0 for 2, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Thomas came in to catch after he pinch hit. He was 0 for 2. Santiago, the starting pitcher, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Gary Wazlewski came in to pitch, never got an at-bat. Jerry Adair, pinch hitter in the 7th, 1-for-1 with a run scored. And Jose Tartabull came in to pinch hit. He was 2, and he stayed in to play center, so he ended up 2-for-2 with a run scored and an RBI. The Red Sox in total 35 at-bats, 9 runs, 11 hits, 8 RBIs, 11 walks, 7 strikeouts. Foy doubled. Harrelson had a sacrifice fly. The Red Sox left 11 men on base. Now on to the losing team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Lou Brock, 2-for-5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, struck out once. Curt Flood, 1-for-5 with a run scored. Roger Maris, 2-for-5, 2 RBIs, a strikeout, and a run scored. The Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda, 1-for-4. McCarver, 0-for-3 with a walk. Shannon, 1-for-4 with 2 RBIs and 2 strikeouts. Javier, 2-for-4, 1 run scored, a strikeout. Maxfield, the shortstop, 2-for-3 with a run scored. Tolan, pinch hitter in the 8th, 1-for-1. Horner pitched the 9th, didn't get that back. Carlton, 0-for-2, 2 strikeouts. Willis pitched, couldn't get through the 7th, or came in the 7th, he didn't get an at-bat. Al Jackson came in to pitch, he didn't get an at-bat. Ricketts, the pinch hitter, 0-for-1 in the 8th. And Broussard, the shortstop, came in for Maxfield. He did not get at-bat. In total, the Cardinals, 37 at-bats, 6 runs, 12 hits, 6 RBIs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Pass ball. Tim McCarver to pass ball. They turned 1 double play. Cardinals left 6 runners on base. So, in summary and cap, the Boston Red Sox defeat the St. Louis Cardinals in this 1967 retro replay of the World Series using Digital Diamond Baseball, 9-6, and what a game it was. Red Sox scored 6 runs, which was the ending of the St. Louis Cardinals in the 8th. So, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors, to the Cardinals 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Now, Red Sox fans saying thank you very much, and I'd like to thank everyone who joined me in the chat, JD and PB4 Gaming, thank you very much, health and happiness, and to anyone who watched later, take care, bye-bye, and God bless.